All right, guys, welcome to another episode of my Q&A, and this is Q&A episode number 3. So thank you guys so much for participating, for making your comments. As you can tell, I already go on here, usually just reading the Q&A from the previous episode, and then I'll also read some comments from some of the videos I might have uploaded during the week. So yeah, thanks a lot. Let's just get right into it. So my boy Chalupawana says, what you said about the field size at 7, minute 7 interested me. I'm not sure it's just me, but in the last video with Anthony Marshall featured to showcase the new shots and penalties, the field looks very small. Defensive positioning has been the big killer for me past few years in PES. The man marking and huge gaps left between the two center backs. So frustrated. The man marking way too deep into the box type of issue happens on occasion in FIFA, but not nearly as much in PES. I'm hoping PES can get back to what it used to be. I appreciate the shout out. I always refer people to your sliders, Operation Sports, when they're looking for some. I really hope the physical play is fine-tuned as well. Hitting that L2/LT shield, the ball button, can lead to some ridiculous animations, especially when in open space and player on you. Do you plan to analyze some PES gameplay whenever more of it comes out? So Chalu, of course, man, I always appreciate your comments, man. Very analytical, very strong. I love the channel. This guy, I recommended his channel in the previous Q&A, and I recommend it again. So excellent. I'll definitely be using some of his videos in terms of knowledge on who I may need to sign in my own career mode. So I really do appreciate it, though. Regarding your question, do I plan on analyzing PES gameplay? Oh, absolutely. This is the year of the 17s, right? FIFA 17's looking good. So some features that look pretty awesome. We'll see what happens. And then PES 17, the idea of the first touch control really has me intrigued. I know there's a couple guys that have already played it, and I know they're opening it up to the community to test and also bring their phones and bring recording equipment as well. I guess is what they've been saying. So that's fantastic. I wish I lived somewhere else to be able to see that, but at the same time, I'll be able to watch from afar. But yeah, I do like what you're saying here about the field size. I think I made a mention about that too. I think it is just a little bit smaller. I think the proportions of the player sizes sometimes is a little bit off in FIFA. I don't think they've got that quite right. But even then, I think it's a little nitpicky, but it does make a big difference when we talk about positioning, because positioning is based on gaps being filled, and sometimes with FIFA, the positioning can be off. Right now in patch 1.07 on FIFA 16 is actually really good positioning wise. So I hope they kind of keep that with a mark of not just so much man marking, but like you said, a zonal marking with an emphasis to mark the man when he's in your zone, right? And be aggressive, or however the tactics supply. I think the big thing with us here, being big gameplay enthusiasts with FIFA and PES, is that we want to see more of these custom tactics to be implemented correctly. And I think once that is the focus, everything will take care of itself. You still want the fundamentals, but you also want those tactics to kind of be the focus at this point, because we have yet to see custom team tactics be properly utilized in any FIFA so far. So I hope they really start to implement that and stop pushing it to the back burner. But great comment, Chalu. I appreciate it, sir. Joshua King, hey man, I saw you tweaked my slider settings from yours, and I'm wondering if you would be able to try them out and get my personal view on it. Okay. So far it looks all right. I know some of the settings are from the previous. With 1.07, I've kind of gone away from the height, length, or primarily the length in the 60s, just because of how it's looking right now. With the way, if you saw my last video on the update on the 1.07, I think it's worked out a lot better. You haven't changed too much from what I originally had, except for pass error and pass speed. So yeah, overall, I didn't get a chance to try this the first time I've read it. I don't really comment until the Q&A. I may read a couple, or I may, unless something's really, really big. I'm trying to really build some content for this Q&A. Even though the comments on the Q&A aren't as much, it's easier for me just to go through and make comment. I think you guys like it where you kind of show your comment out for display and kind of a reply that way. Kind of makes it more interactive. I hope you guys agree with that. But yeah, Joshua King, I like the idea of it. I think the big thing with first touch control combined with the pass speed, I like that you've lowered that, and you've lowered first touch control as well. So that's definitely an interesting take on it. I don't see why there would be any issues other than the length. If you want to try the 50-40 that have changed, it just allows players to get behind the ball more because the defensive emphasis is so much stronger in 1.07. So it's really where I want to focus on what to build up from there. Also, the marking is going to be overly done on 78 as far as I know, but then again, don't quote me on that because I haven't tested your slider set here. Okay, so next, Amir Jalisi. I really appreciate Amir's stuff with his comments, and I know he's messaged me as well, so I really appreciate you, Amir. Thank you so much for having a high participation level on the channel. I love it. I love communicating with you. So very much kind words, of course. Part of Operation Sports. Current situation cannot. Home for the summer. Barely got your hands on FIFA 16. Studying abroad. Okay, yeah. That's rough. But yeah, hopefully you can, maybe something to work out where you're able to help us out, or at least analyze from a distance without having the game. At least you can kind of see some things. A lot of what we do on Operation Sports when we're doing those slider tests, it's, I'll post on Twitch. And this time I'm going to try to segue into YouTube because I like that it archives immediately. And then guys can comment afterwards. I really love that aspect of it. We will do that, and it'll just be a live testing, what looked right, what looked off, and my boy ISU Reaper 31 will be on there with me, and Orion 523 OS. Orion's awesome. Orion's a legend in the Operation Sports community, and I think everywhere else. Writes for FIFA Soccer Blog, like I do as well. So just an awesome guy, and he's definitely kind of in the background. He doesn't like all the attention. He'll message me, and we'll kind of test together and private message all day. So once September hits or end of September hits, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun. So really excited to get some testing in as well. So okay, next we're in the most recent uploaded video was the 1.07 patch update for the initial slider changes. So I'm just going to go from the bottom and go up, going from oldest to most recent. So HCTR 10, appreciate that. Great work, man. Thanks for doing this. Really changes the gameplay, makes it realistic. Hey, that's what I do. Aim to please. I'm glad you are enjoying it. I hope you continue to enjoy it. Definitely make comments. Let me know. Give me some feedback. I really appreciate it. Tomas Basista, great video. Matt, game starts to look like Rush Football too. Typical Thomas, always wants more. No, but this guy's awesome. One of my favorite posters. Love reading his content, reading his comments. Rush Football, it looks amazing. If only it could be, actually played. And what is it, like a sports betting site or something like that? Oh, it's brilliant, though, the way it looks. I know. That's a little reach, though, to think FIFA 16 looks like Rush Football. I don't even think FIFA 17 is going to look like that on the Frostbite engine, so we'll see. Neil, my boy Neil, this is playing nice on Legendary. Oh, good. I'm glad you're able to test on Legendary. Hopefully I can stream some games tonight. Well said at the end, by the way. I appreciate that. I really do. What I said at the end of Q&A part 2, or actually, no, it was at the end of this video, was really, I hope you guys have instilled your trust in me, and that's kind of what I was kind of getting into, really, was that it's not just me who's doing all the testing for the majority of the quote-unquote year. There's a lot of helping hands, a lot of guys that drive it and challenge and bring up certain comments and feedback, which is just very, very essential. I guess the way I approach it towards the end, after, if there's something I'm sure that I'm not happy with, I'll go in and modify it. I really don't like to settle, which is why you still see me tweaking sliders, and we're a couple months away from receiving FIFA 17. But I really, I see so much potential in FIFA 16 that I want to spend more time on it if it's needed. Right now, the most recent update on the sliders that I did, I think I feel so good about them. Played a couple matches with them, and I don't really see any changes necessary other than really specific ones. So I'm glad to hear this is playing good on Legendary. I'm definitely going to be testing that out. I'll also be testing on Professional as well. So really appreciate that. Wally 1979. Hi Matt, nice job. Which stadium is at San Udinese match? The Sampdoria. It is a stadium server mod. It's CGFS. Let me just pull it up here. So this is just CG Server 16. You can go on Soccer Gaming in the FIFA 16 editing portion and check it out. So in terms of the stadium, I believe I used basically their own stadium, which is used for the Italian, and then Sampdoria and Genoa where they share. It's the Stadio Luigi Ferraris. Am I saying that right? But yeah, really beautiful stadium. And then I changed you can change the Mo pattern, the net pattern, and the police pattern as well. So a lot of fun things you can do there with that server. I highly recommend it. It was created, I believe it was created by Shamanator from Soccer Gaming. Guy has made stadiums like crazy. Really one of the big perks about playing on the PC is all the customization that you can do. I can't imagine, when we get the Frostbite engine, what they can do. I hope it's not limited. I hope they can do so much more. The modding way patches are just awesome. There's no way you can't steer me away from playing this game on the PC. I have an Xbox One that is just collecting dust right now. I don't know why I have it. Maybe for Madden, maybe that's about it. So gotta play it on the PC, and so I hope you get to try that out, Wally. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free, just send me a message or reply back just inside here on the comments. It's not a big deal at all, or in the uploaded video, of course. King Drico 400. Seemed like I've been waiting forever, bro. Beast sliders once again. Hey, appreciate that, sir. That's I'm glad the wait is over. Hopefully. It did take a bit of time. I was getting really frustrated with 1.07 because I saw so much potential. I'm like, yes, defensive awareness is so much better. There's more challenge. There's more 50-50 balls. There's, there's more. The defensive line's not just backing off constantly. There's just a lot of potential there. I had to really unglue it and really put it all back together. And thankfully, I didn't have to do that much. Just kind of some little tweaks here and there that made all the difference. And so hopefully it kind of stays with it. Sometimes after you play 10 or 15 matches, maybe that 16th or 17th match is going to feel off. I did some streaming earlier today. If you guys seen what I've uploaded, it played great. I didn't have any complaints. I'm absolutely loving how the game's playing finally again, because I was really happy on patch 1.06 using those sliders before. And then so now I had to make that modification, and it took some work. It took a whole night I didn't sleep. Thankfully I had a golf tee time that I managed to get through, and I was able to sleep all day after I got done. But I had it on my mind, and you guys know me. I stay pretty committed until things are fixed. So I'm glad you enjoyed them. Thank you so much for your comment. All right, so we've got in the most recent from the stream that I did earlier here on Saturday. Pure Sensor, nice video, mate. I'm starting out a FIFA channel. Maybe you could check me out. Thanks a lot. Keep up the good work, mate. Very nice squad, by the way. I didn't know if this was spam or not. It doesn't matter. I'm always big in anybody who's wanting to go into YouTube and want to promote. I mean, I don't have a whole bunch, of views and followers or subscribers. I'm in a very niche specific area, so I don't expect to get up to 100,000, a million, or anything like that. It's more so just for the sake of just sharing the sim experience with everybody. That's why I do this. I push it, and this is why I really love it. And so, yeah, no problem, man. I'll definitely take a look at your channel, of course. I'm sure everybody will here as well. King Drico again. Hey, man. So when you pass into space, are you using manual passing? Yes. I usually will use manual passing. I'll use manual passing for a lot of passes. I don't use drilled pass, but with the 38 pass speed, I'm actually able to do that a lot more efficiently than I did before. I just can't hold down too long on it. It's a very powerful feature, the drilled pass, that is. It's definitely sometimes overused, of course, by the computer, so I'm glad lowering the pass speed, raising the pass error has kind of prevented them from using it all the time. So like I mentioned in the slider video, it wasn't, they didn't use it, 75% to 95% of the time. Now they're, more in the long range of 50% to 60%, and probably even lower from the matches I played. So I'm very happy with it. But yeah, I do use manual passing. So I'm definitely, that works out pretty well for me. All right, we're just going to finish off here. Amir Jalisi, great work on your sliders. Just a quick update on mine so you can try it in time for the Q&A. I didn't get a chance actually to try it. Looks like you just posted that about 11 minutes ago. 80 to 68, yep, that's what I've adjusted. I can't do with the width unless you've increased the length, which you've left it at 52 apiece. Okay. 47.48, acceleration 47.48, passer 53.65. 53.51, pass speed 52 for such air control. Okay, I mean those are very, very specific values. I think I'll have to see how it plays. I probably won't. Honestly, Amir, I love that you're promoting, that you're looking at sliders to test. I've already done a majority of these adjustments, especially with line width. I spent a lot of time on line width, going from I started at 5 to see how close the outside backs will get relative to the marking value. I went to 100 to see how far they would get, and then I stopped marking the sidelines. So that was really it with the adjustment. But I'm glad you got your own sliders that you're working on. I don't know if you've tried the ones I've posted already. I know you're working on yours, so it's not much that I can really provide because I just haven't used it. I'm enjoying the game too much. I gotta get some QPR going, so I won't be testing any more sliders. Honestly, a whole night of not sleeping and just staring at FIFA and staring at sliders was enough for me for a while. I really wanted to get it in, get it out, get done, and move on, because I've got a lot of QPR matches still to play and finish off the season there. I want to get some content out. So I really, really appreciate your comments on the sliders you're working on, Amir. Continue to share them with me, what you find out. Like I said, I can't wait till you're on, with FIFA 17. Hopefully we get some good stuff here. But, guys, everybody, feel free to check out Amir's sliders. If, if the current ones don't work for you, if you just want to try something else, feel free. He definitely is focusing on some positive values. So it looks like some of it's pretty close to the adjustments we've made. So I hope people can try them out. But yeah, thanks again. And that is the end of this Q&A for episode 3. I really just want to thank you guys, for your comments, for liking it. And I'm glad these Q&As have worked out. I've been kind of pleasantly surprised that you guys are enjoying them. I usually think to myself, all right, people don't really care about what I have to say or who I am or anything like that. But it's nice to be able to kind of reply to comments. It's not really a Q&A. I don't think you guys are asking us questions. It's more so me just replying to your comments, which I think is still good, though. I think the interaction is really what I'm really big into, because I love getting the sim community together. If you're on my channel, it's usually because of that, or you like the camera angle most of the time. But as always, guys, I really appreciate it. I really do. Make sure to always like, comment, subscribe, share the channel with anybody else that is looking for FIFA or PES or anything else. I play NCAA, and also I'm the admin, the co-founder, or the founder of True Sim Tour for TGC, which is the golf club. So tgctours.com. If you haven't checked that out already, feel free. That's more sim, more realistic golfing. So you guys know what this channel is all about. That's why you're here. So as always, take care. Stay tuned. Length is the significant difference. We went from 60 down to 50. The reason we went down to 50 is I want to get the guys behind the ball. Now that defensive awareness is back on point, I want them to focus on defending, with numbers.